There we go. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the 8th class of Transform Your Money Story. And just a little housekeeping, we have the process we're starting today, opening the golden flow, we're going to complete next week. And then we have an extra class, a bonus class, which is our alignment and completion call. So that's going to be a really beautiful and powerful extra class, which is going to happen on the Wednesday after next week. So I think it's like the 15th. Formerly tax day, but now no longer tax day, because tax day has been pushed off till July 15th in the US. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be opening up to the golden flow of abundance and true wealth from your root, from all the way to the bottom, all the way to your crown. You'll be removing inner obstacles so that golden opportunities and prosperous ideas come to you out of the blue. But I have to underline again, it's only when you take inspired action on them that you actually see golden results. So what we're going to do today is we're going to look within and do what I call inner alchemy. And I'm actually very grateful that last week Angela actually demonstrated doing inner alchemy just spontaneously. She just looked within to see what her emotions were, what she was feeling and noticing within her. And just by continually asking, what does that need for healing? She spontaneously, intuitively, using her body, did a profound healing. So we're going to be doing something rather like that. So you've actually gotten to see a demonstration, thank you very much, Angela, just last week, of kind of what that might look like, although it'll look different for every person. And we're going to be doing it. And basically the way that inner alchemy works is you just allow and observe whatever is there, which you may see literally, visually, or you may hear words, you may feel it emotionally, like she was feeling intense shame, you may feel it physically as pains or sensations, you may just know, or you may have some other way of sensing it. And then you're going to let your intuition, your body respond to the question, what is needed to heal this? What does this need to be whole, to be well? And I'm going to just outline what we're going to do, and then we're going to do it to see if a sense and make sure we're doing it in the best way possible. So we are going to start at the root, and we're going to go through each chakra or energy center in turn, looking for things like darkness or cords or obstructions, anything that's in the way of allowing the golden flow. And if you have any difficulty with the visualizing, sensing, feeling into it problem, no worries. You can use your pendulum to test the same things I'm going to be asking you to look for. So if you feel like, oh, I don't know if I can do that, give it a try. If you have trouble, your pendulum can answer the question if these various things are present in various places. So before we do it, today we're going to go through the lower 3 chakras, the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus or navel chakra. We might get up to the heart, but I'm feeling the bottom 3 usually have a lot in them, so we probably are going to concentrate on that. And I just want to tell you a little bit about chakras for those of you who are, I've kind of heard of those, I haven't even heard of those. What are you talking about? So what chakras are is they're energy wheels through which energy flows into or out of the body. And the energy that powers them comes from several sources, such as our own life force energy, sort of our health and wellness. Our evolutionary soul energy of growing and awakening and developing, that which wants us, calls us to grow and to overcome and to learn and to become all that we're here to be. And also the spiritual force within us that we are the expression of, which I think of as the divine is in everyone, whether you like the word divine or not, but everybody has that aspect of spirit to them. Not every person, everything has it in my worldview, which you may or may not agree with. So all those energies are moving, ideally moving up through our body and continually flowing, taking energy in and out, just circulating all the energy in a healthy way. So healthy chakras are rotating like wheels, pulling energy in that's positive and pushing out things that you don't need, just moving in a beneficial way. When energy gets stuck, though, which happens if we experience trauma or depression or other hard difficult life events, lots of things, then our chakras can't function fully, and we experience decreased health, decreased aliveness, decreased growth and development, and also specific challenges related to each chakra. So I'm just going to go over the 7 main chakras, like the main function of each one. Some of you probably know this a lot better than me, and you can chime in if you wish. So the root chakra, which is at the base of the spine, the fundamental point of it is to be here, to actually be in this reality, to be grounded in this world, as opposed to floating off in the ethers or not fully here. And the issues, the root chakra is fundamentally about safety and security. And the struggles or the issues that come up are around survival, fear, and groundedness. So that's the root chakra, to be here, fundamentally about safety and security. You deal with the issues of survival, fear, and groundedness. The next chakra up, which is just, I can show you, I know I can do, I have a visual. I carefully found a visual. I can show you the visual while I'm talking about this. That will be ever so much more helpful. Hold on, I'm going to share my screen. So here it is. If I can get this in a place where you can see it properly. So we're starting at the bottom here. So here's these chakras. I'm using some of what they're saying and some things that I'm adding from my own knowing, basically. And I have to be able to see this so I can also remind myself. Here we go. Okay, so the next chakra after the base one, the root one, the next one up is the sacral chakra. And that's basically, as you can see in this picture, it's the orange blob. And it's basically the root blob is the sacral one is really kind of around the areas where we have our ovaries as women. It's just in that place for the lower belly. And the sacral ones, the whole mission of the sacral chakra is to feel. And the fundamental project of this chakra is sexuality and creativity, the creative urge. And the fundamental issues you deal with in the sacral chakra are love and anger and grief. And there's also organs in the body that process these things too. And Angela, you in particular probably know a lot more about these than I do, so feel free to chime in if you have any thoughts. Then the solar plexus is right above the navel, and this is all about to act. So the function of the solar plexus is action, and it's all about will, like your personal will. And the issues we face in dealing with this chakra are power, purpose, and shame, because shame will stop us from acting. So basically, and as you move up, basically, these are kind of also moving up like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Like you have to satisfy your basic needs for security in order to feel safe enough to start to deal with issues of sexuality and creativity, or much less to have the will to act. And they don't have to necessarily happen in that order, but they kind of they're like urgency. They have to be satisfied in those orders generally. And then when we get to the heart chakra, that is the imperative of the heart chakra is to love. And it's all about love, receiving love, giving love, learning to love unconditionally. And the issues we come across in this chakra are love and anger and grief. Again, just like in the sexuality one. Yeah. So it's interesting that sacral and the heart are processing at different levels the same issues. Then there's the throat, and the whole mission of the throat chakra is to speak, and the issue and to express. It's all about expression, self-expression, communication. So the issues we deal with in this one are communication and lies. And this is where, if you've had toxic money, it sometimes affects your ability to express yourself because you feel so tied to anger and blame and shame and all the kind of things about that. The third eye.
Could you move it down a little?
Move what down? Oh, yes, here we are up here. Yes, thank you. Does that help? Yeah, good. Then the third eye, which is right here, is the imperative of that is to see, and to see with your inner sight, which is what we're going to be doing today. And so the third eye is all about wisdom, and the issues that come up with are intuition, like learning to find yours and trust it, and illusion, recognizing the illusion. And then finally, the crown chakra, which is at the top of the head, is all about to know. This is the connection to the divine. And the issues here about cognition, the thinking that gets in the way of our connection to the mind, and to the divine, excuse me. So, so that's a quick primer on the chakras. And what we're going to do today is we're going to, over today and next week, open all of these main chakras to receive the golden flow of opportunities, gifts, prosperous ideas, and the flow of abundance and wealth for the highest good in the way that is safe and appropriate for you. So in order to make sure it's safe for you, the first thing we're going to do, and then I want to just pause for a moment. Does anybody have any questions or things you want to say about what I've said so far? I just want to give you space, because this is a wise community. You might know more than I do.
I just wanted to kind of see what you have to say about it. It says crown chakra twice, and the one that says to see I've always thought of as the third eye.
Yeah,
Or,
it doesn't it say that? I'm sorry, let me look at this again. You're right, it's wrong. No, the third eye, that should be, you're absolutely right. That blue dot should be the third eye, not the crown chakra. So,
well, I've kind of lately seen people merge them. So
mm, yeah, well, things are shifting in,
yeah,
in the evolution of human beings in this time. So it's um it's it's really what I want to say. I won't say anything about that. You've already said.
yeah, and then and the from the root to the crown is this central channel
Exactly.
that
That's the central channel we're opening up.
spirals up.
Yeah.
We have in the work that I do, we ground to an earth star below our feet
Mm-hmm.
and a sun star above our head, and it's it's a downward flow. It's a positive charge and an upward flow, and it's a big torus flow.
Yes, yes, exactly,
It's
exactly.
beautiful. It's
It
really,
is,
really
it is. We're going to be working with all that today. And what I've learned is like I understand the Earth star and the Sun star. I've also heard this called the Soul star, as the seed of the soul. But it's whatever ways you have of thinking about this, you don't have to believe exactly what I believe to have this work. so so
thank you.
thank you for sharing that, Angela. I appreciate your wisdom. Anybody else have anything they want to question, say about what we've said so far before we start moving toward doing the work? Just to give you an opportunity. And if not, oh, good. We've got Sharon and Danya. Awesome. Okay, so before we start, I want to test something with you or have you test with your pendulum just to make sure we're doing it in the way that is safe and appropriate for each of you. I'd like you to use your pendulum to test a statement. And the statement is and I'll just say it just like your ears can hear me, like you don't have to repeat it, all of you can hear me. So I want to test and see if all parts of this system, your system, all parts of this system are ready, willing, and able to align for opening the golden flow for the highest good. And just see what you get with that. Whatever you get is great and perfect. I just want to know what you get. All parts of the system are ready, willing, and able to align for opening the golden flow for the highest good. And then just let me know what you get. Kathleen's got a yes. You got a yes. All parts are ready. Angela's got a yes. Trudy, how about you? Yes, awesome. Ilona, yes, great. Danya and Sharon, if you could tell me either in the chat or Danya, yes. Hi there.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm really bad. I haven't been using the pendulum, so I've forgotten what's what. I had a back
There's,
and forth, like
okay, yeah, no worries. What is it doing without your knowing? What is it doing?
just moving left to right, left and right.
Left to right like this? Okay, that's usually a no. So you don't have to remember that, but that's usually a no. So I'm just going to ask you this. I'm going to ask you again, knowing that the yes that we program the pendulum for is going forward and away from the heart. So it's
Oh,
this way,
okay.
and the no is going this way. So I'm going to
Yep.
ask again, all parts of this system are ready, willing, and able to align for opening the golden flow for the highest good. And whatever your pendulum tells you is perfect. So all parts are not ready for you, which is totally,
Now it's going counterclockwise.
it's trying to remove some resistance. So you can
Mhm.
let it keep doing that, or we could actually talk to the part of you that is that has the greatest concerns about this. So that's the opportunity. I don't want to step over your inner protector's desire to protect
Oh,
you.
okay. I don't know. I don't know
Yeah. So just sit with her a moment, see if it resolves clockwise spinning. Or actually, a better thing is you
Well,
can do
now
it.
it's going back forward or backward.
Okay, so maybe you just had to do a little internal checking in and removing some resistance. So all parts of the system are ready, willing, and able to align for opening the golden flow for the highest good. And what's it doing now?
It's going back and forth.
Okay, good. So
Or
we
back.
did forward and back of your heart. Awesome. Great. Thank you for that. We want to make sure we really have all parts of you on board because otherwise they'll shut the process down.
Gotcha. Okay.
Very good. Thank you very much. And for you, Sharon, I know that the Wi-Fi may be not so good. If you can put into the chat, if you're able, whether you got a yes to all parts are ready, willing, and able, or a no, that would be helpful. And if I don't hear from you, we're just going to keep going. But I want to make sure I carry you all with me. So if anybody listening later does this and their pendulum says no, all parts are not ready, willing, and able, What you need to do is use the third treasure in the inner wisdom treasure chest, or I can help you, and have a conversation with that part that's trying to protect you, to understand what its concern is and what it needs to allow you to move forward, what makes it safe. And oftentimes what will help those parts relax is knowing that you give them permission to shut down the process if it gets to a place where it doesn't feel safe. But mostly your systems at this point should be ready to open the flow. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to begin to relax. And the way we're going to begin to relax, I'm going to put this chakra thing out of the way right now because we don't need it anymore. And I can also email you, or you can do a screenshot for yourself if you want, but I'll send you this image here. There is a chat, and the chat says, can you share this with you later? Yes, that's exactly what I'm getting to. Yes, it will share it with you later, so you don't have to worry about capturing it all right now. And there's some changes and additions I made too. Okay, so here we are. So what we're going to do is we're going to begin to relax in a way I haven't shown you before. And what that is it's called alternate nostril breathing. It's a very old yoga technique. It looks like this. If you're familiar with it, awesome. You can just do that. Yeah. So what you're going to do is you're going to use your hand and your finger alternating like that. And what you're doing is this thumb is plugging up one nostril, so you breathe in the other nostril. Then you close the other side and you breathe out. So that's one breath, breathing in deeply one side, breathing out deeply the other side. That's one breath. We're going to do 7 breaths, breathing slowly and deeply. If your nose is stuffed up, just do your best. And with each exhale, just relax a bit more. Feel your body relaxing. If you lose track, don't worry about it. Just let go of your thoughts. Just be present with your breath. There's nothing else to think about right now. Let's just take one more alternate nostril breath in. Good. You can let your hands come down and relax. You may want to close your eyes. You can keep them open. We're going to do some heart breathing next. And heart breathing is basically, you first bring attention to your heart. Notice that you have a heart. You might want to put your hand on it. See if you can feel it beating. It's okay if you can't, just connect with your heart. And know that your heart is the center of love in you. The place in you, whether it's open or closed, that your love is most strongly felt. We have many expressions in English and probably other languages about the wisdom of the heart. The heart knows. The heart has a way of knowing that's beyond what the mind knows. So we're going to connect with our heart and all the things and people that we love, all that the heart connects to, and in particular with your own trusted guidance and with your own inner healer, where you are your own healer, as you saw with Angela last week. So we're going to breathe in. Imagine when you're breathing in, you're breathing into your heart. Imagine the breath is going into your heart as you breathe in. As you breathe out, imagine the breath is coming out of your heart. Your heart is breathing. And imagine within your heart, as you're breathing in and breathing out, there's this beautiful flower, your heart flower, a flower with many petals that are curled up tight right now. It might be a rosebud in your heart. It might be a lotus bud in your heart. It might be whatever kind of flower it is. But imagine that it's curled up, and as you're breathing in, it's opening up. As you're breathing out, it's relaxing and opening up. And if there's any barriers in the way or resistance, that's okay. Just notice it. Just see with your breath, breathing into your heart, if you can allow that beautiful flower of your heart to open up, for the petals to uncurl, open up. And as you're opening up your heart and breathing and relaxing, you're also connecting with your trusted guidance, your inner healer, to assist us to opening up your heart and to receive the loving help of all angels and beings of love and light and ascension for this sacred work of opening your central channel to the golden flow. Good. And as you're breathing, a few last breaths of the heart, just opening it up softly and gently and lovingly. And now you're going to imagine, see, sense your breath traveling downward, just like you were breathing with your heart. You're now going to take that energy and that focus down to your root, the root of your spine. And imagine that you're actually breathing in there. And if you have any discomfort around this or whatever, just see if you can let yourself breathe at your root anyway. And I invite you to imagine at your root, you can drop a grounding cord down. You can anchor it into your earth star below your body, but I'm going to also recommend you anchor it all the way down into the crystalline heart of Mother Earth. So you are deeply anchored. So feel that grounding cord just drop on down and drop that anchor all the way down into the crystalline heart of Mother Earth to connect with that beautiful, nurturing crystalline energy of Mother Earth. And feel yourself weighted, grounded down, safe and supported. While you're breathing at your root, we're also going to just take a moment to feel, see, sense the column of light within you. There is a column of light within you. You may see or imagine it as bright or dim, centered or off-center, fragmented or whole. You may have gray or dark areas or obstructions or thin places, or it could be all golden white light. Whatever you see, sense, or feel is perfect. And if you have trouble sensing this column of white light within you, this golden white light, you can use your pendulum to test. My column of light is bright or dim, centered or off-centered, fragmented or whole, or whatever. You can just use it to test whatever you're curious about. Just see if you can also at the same time just sense into it. Become aware. Is it a nice solid column of light? Or is there some things obstructing it or some chakras that are a bit blocked? And if you can't sense it very well, it's okay. We're going to focus on each chakra in turn. That will probably be more helpful for you. Just noticing whatever you notice now. Okay, good. And you can always come back to this later, but we're going to zero in to really get benefit. We're going to zero in now on the root chakra at the base of your spine. So imagining, seeing, sensing that you're breathing in through the root of your spine, the root of your body, and you're breathing out from there. And I invite you, while you're breathing in and out at the root, to begin to become aware of what's there in your energy body. Do you see light there? Does it seem dark or dim? If that light has a color, what color is it? Are there any dark areas or splotches or obstructions in this root chakra? Or thin places? Just see whatever you notice. You might also, instead of seeing things, you might instead feel things. Like when you're paying attention to your root chakra, you may feel some kind of heaviness or sensations of some sort. Just notice whatever you notice. There's really nothing wrong. Or there may be very old emotions there, fear, insecurity, scarcity, survival struggles. Just whatever's there. You've done a lot of work, so there may not be that much there. Just notice whatever you notice there. And I want to give you a moment to, if you wish to share whatever you're noticing, or if you're having trouble noticing anything, to let me know that so that I can support you. So the way to do this is maybe I'll just go around and ask you. If you don't have anything to share or don't want to, you can just say pass. So Trudy, I see you first. I'm going to take you off mute and ask you. So, or you can take yourself off mute. There you go. I know, are you still muted? There you go. Yeah. So what are you noticing? Anything? Upside, you're muted, but I can see you're shaking your head no. Is your sound on, Trudy? There it is. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So when you breathe at your root and you pay attention to that, do you notice what are you aware of when you're doing that?
I don't really, I'm not aware of anything. Even when you talked about the light, I had to take the pendulum to kind of see if I really, the light really going there. And so
that's great.
Some visualization, I'm just struggling with it.
Yeah. You know, visualization is not everybody's forte. Some people feel things more emotionally. Some people sense things as sensations in their body. And you might have more luck paying attention to those things as opposed to seeing things. And some people just know, and other times it's a skill that you can develop, but you have this wonderful pendulum tool. So what you can do is you can ask your pendulum things like, there is some obstruction in my root chakra. Or you can ask your pendulum, there is something that needs to be healed in my root chakra. You know, there's something, some cleaning my root chakra needs to open to the golden flow. So those are some good questions. I'll see if I just said them. I wonder if I can put them in the chat. Let me see. So you can ask pendulum. What did I just say? Anybody help me out here? So you can ask your pendulum, is there an obstruction? Is there cleansing needed? This is maybe there's some different things. Actually, is there cleansing needed? Is there? I'll just add some more questions in as I go here. Is there stuck energy?
So when I ask about the cleansing, it goes like clockwise.
So it's trying to do some cleansing. I would suggest yes, because that's beneficial energy. When you're going clockwise, it's trying to install beneficial energy, and is stuck energy there. Also type the original question I asked before we started. We're looking at our root chakra, and I'm asking you at your root. Yes, I can. It's the short question. I'll just write it down. I'll focus in with the root. Let me see if I can copy this here. I'm just gonna. Okay, I'm just gonna put these questions into. So. The things I'm putting here are visual things. You can also, though, notice sensations. Or let's see what else. Sensations. Notice emotions. And we can do this all with pendulum, because I realize this is a slightly, I don't know if advanced technique is the right word, but it's not the easiest technique for everybody to use. So we can also do this with the pendulum. So but I'm also going to encourage you to see that you actually can see more than you think you can when you pay attention. Or again, it may not be seeing, it may occur as you might even hear something, like you might hear a word that's associated with that chakra. Or you might feel physical sensations or an emotion coming up if you really pay attention to that area of your body. So I'm going to ask, I'm going to go, it seems to me like, okay, so thank you, Trudy. So does that give you enough right now to,
Yeah.
Okay, great, thank you. Okay, so the next person I'm going to see is I'm going to go to Danya and check in with you about this. Do you have, how about for you?
So I'm one of those people who has trouble visualizing. I'm a
Yeah.
visual person, but when it comes to visualizing in the body, not
That's
so
okay.
much. So a couple of things when you were saying, like, is there a color there? I wasn't seeing a color in the root chakra, but I was just had a little bit of kind of a magenta violet, which is typically the
Perfect.
color that shows up for me when we do these kind of meditations.
Okay.
And then I did the pendulum. I didn't ask. I just you were doing the talking, and I let the pendulum go, and it did the same thing as it did before. It went a little bit counterclockwise, and then it started going backward and forward.
Okay, interesting. So it's
Yeah, it's weird.
well, I think it's when we're saying things, like it's actually just trying to clear it right away, because actually one of the ways you can do this process is you can use the pendulum to clear things. So your pendulum knows how to remove things and install things.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
we programmed it to do that. So you can use it to remove non-beneficial energy and to install beneficial energy. There's another level that's available if you can also sense within you what's going on. But if you only have the pendulum, that's still a very good and good enough.
So clockwise is the installing, right? And
Yeah,
counterclockwise.
it's removing. Yeah, just if you think about it, clockwise is like is like how the clock is supposed to go. Counterclockwise is backwards. It's removing.
Yeah, but I can't say that I had any other anything that stood out. Like
Yeah, well,
sensation.
the thing you can check, and you can just see if my root chakra is ready, willing, and able to allow the golden flow. Maybe you don't have to do anything there. So thank you for noticing that. Great. I'm going to go to Kathleen next.
Okay, so that was interesting. I felt heaviness in my root chakra.
Okay.
So then when you said to use the pendulum and ask if it needs more clearing, it was a definite yes. And then it started going clockwise, like in the largest circle I've ever seen. Like it was literally hitting my stomach, hitting my desk. It was hitting everything. I was like, whoa, so that means I need to clear more?
I know that means it is doing when it's doing clockwise, you said, it's actually trying to install something.
Clockwise.
Yeah.
I mean, crazy clockwise. Like,
yeah. So basically by bringing your attention to this area and asking for help with it, we just called in your guides, your helpers, your trusted guidance, your angels. They're doing some work for you.
wow, that was awesome. I've never experienced that before.
Well, I invite you to ask more often.
Absolutely. Now that I know, oh my goodness.
Yeah, so that's literally the answer to your request. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can let them do that until that's done, because basically they are doing whatever's needed to clear whatever's needed, to heal whatever's needed in your root chakra, so that you can open up to receive the golden flow.
Okay.
So you're very supportive, even if you don't know what you're doing, they know what you're doing.
Thank goodness.
Very good. Thank you very much, Kathleen. Let's see. Next, who I haven't talked to yet is Angela. So Angela, I'd love to hear from you. You can take yourself off mute.
Hi.
Hi.
Look what I have.
Vibes of battles. Hello.
So this is a little disturbing, but
okay.
Right when we started and I was looking at it, feeling it, it was a really disturbing scene where it was like a fiery prison cell or something. I'm like, And then it just came through. It's like it's an entity attached.
Very good. So
And
I'm sorry, not very good, but great to identify that. So
it's not very good.
well, it
It
is very
makes
good.
a lot of sense.
It makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So it's right in your base security. This has a lot to do with what you feel so fundamentally insecure and unsafe.
Yeah.
So Angela, are you willing to have this entity be removed?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So actually everybody can support you to do this. And you can test with your pendulum, Angela, whether it's best for you just to receive this or whether it's best for you to assist in removing this entity yourself.
It's, so, and other thing is, do you, for addressing the pendulum, do you ask a question or make a statement?
I tend to say it as a statement just because it seems a little bit clearer, but people do it differently.
Okay, doesn't matter.
I'm not sure that matters. No, you just want to be clear in the question or the statement.
So I'm asking if I need to assist in the
I'm asking if it's safe and appropriate. Here's the best way to say it. If it's safe and appropriate and the highest and best good for Angela to participate in removing this entity.
And it's starting to say yes.
Okay, good. So this is an empowering thing for you. So what we're all going to do, all who wish to participate, is we're going to have our pendulums go in a counterclockwise direction. I'm just going to guide this. So all of us together are very powerful force. So we're just going to intend that our pendulums go in a counterclockwise direction. If you're not sure you should do this, ask your pendulum if it's safe and appropriate and the highest and best good for you to participate. If it's not, don't do it. So we're asking our guidance, our help, our angels to take this entity over to the other side for appropriate treatment, to remove it from Angela and take it where it belongs, over to the other side for appropriate treatment. Or if it is ready to go to the light, to escort it to the light, but it is not to stay in Angela anymore. And Angela, it really helps if you just say something very assertive, like, it is time to go, or I don't need you anymore, whatever that is.
Yeah. Thank you for however you believed you were serving me. Our time is done, and I'm commanding you out now.
Very good. I feel that. Very good. My pendulum immediately stopped working so hard.
Mine went back into a yes.
Yeah, yeah. So that's all that you had to do then. That was your participation. You had to make that declaration, and that's really powerful, actually. Angela, my pendulums just went from going huge swings to just like, it's just like done. Wow. Wow. I've never seen an entity removal happen so fast. Thank you all. Our joint efforts really did something amazing.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. So Angela, I want you to save this so that you don't have to ever have this come back. So you've actually had a number of entities attached to you, which is, by the way, not at all uncommon for light workers. So you can do it however you want. I usually show it left hand on top of right, touch the thumb tips. And then you take the hands down to the lower navel, lower dantian. So you're connecting with that down there. And you're thinking about the best part of the best parts of this entity removal, and just for about 10 seconds. So we're just going to support you while you just think about the best part or parts of that. I'll tell you when to stop. Okay, good. On your next inhale, take a nice deep inhale in. Just hold it for a moment. Notice whatever you notice with your breath held in. And then when you let go of the breath, let go of everything. What were you thinking about, Angela, when you were thinking about the best part, the best parts?
The first part was just the dissolution, the dissolving of this darkness and light coming in. And just I felt so supported by this circle that was just like a sparkling addition. And thank you again.
Yeah.
I feel a lot lighter.
Yeah, very good. So whenever we remove something, it's really important to install what we want to hold in its place, because otherwise nature abhors a vacuum. You don't want other crap coming in. You want to put something good in. So we're going to come to that part. I just want to make sure everybody identifies their obstructions and deals with them. So just hold space, because we're going to install what you really want and need there to carry instead of that And good job identifying that. Notice how, with the power of your focused intention, you've developed yourself, Angela, to be able to see pretty clearly what's going on. So don't tolerate that crap anymore. Okay, thank you very much. Ilana, I'm going to come to you next. So you are now unmuted, I think. I know maybe you have to do it. I'm sorry, it might have been do it yourself. I'm sorry. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in my root chakra, I had a dark cloud, almost black, and I felt so disconnected.
Yeah. So you felt so disconnected from it, you mean, or what?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's how it's gotten to stay there, because you're disconnected from it. So now that you're noticing it, what does it need to heal? Does it need to be removed? Does it need so just check in and see what's the appropriate thing to do with it. Is it something that's, if you're not sure, you can use your pendulum. Like, is it something that needs to be removed? Is it something that is like trying to give you a message? What's going on there? We can give you some space if you need to do that.
Yeah, it needs to be removed. Yeah.
Okay, it needs to be removed. Is it, now you can do the same thing we just did with Angela. You can test and see if it's safe and appropriate and the highest and best good for you to participate in removing it. Or are you just going to receive it?
Yes.
Yes, to participate. Okay, good. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to assist somebody in removing something they really don't need. You can use your pendulum. It's going to go in a counterclockwise circle, removing. And we can do this to everybody if they need it. So if you feel like you have something in your root chakra that needs to be removed, you can take advantage of this also. So we're asking our guides and angels and helpers to take this darkness that Alana is sensing over to the other side for appropriate treatment. Or if it's ready to go to the light, to escort it to the light. And again, Alana, just as with Angela, it's very helpful for you to say something very declarative about not wanting or needing this anymore. And as she commanded it to go, that was super powerful. So whatever there is for you to say, Angela, I invite you to say that now. Not Angela, I'm sorry, Alana.
Thank you for the lessons. I'm grateful for them, but it's time to let go. Go to the light. It's done. It's done. It's done.
Good. That definitely made a difference. It's so interesting. My pendulum immediately stops working so hard when you guys just claim your authority and tell it to do something. Very good. And our joint work is so expeditious. Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Thank you, ladies. And gentlemen, I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I just have to say, I haven't really tried doing this together as a group, but oh my God, it's so fast. I'm just really struck like that. It takes like 10 seconds. Usually it takes several minutes. Really powerful coming together to do this. Well, good work. Thank you.
Yeah, my pendulum was going really wide with this clockwise, and then as she started speaking, it dwindled, and then it went right to yes.
Exactly. So we're all experiencing the same thing. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I think you were doing a lot of the work there, Danya. Thanks. Good work. Let's see. And Sharon, I guess we can't really talk to you because you're going to listen later because you can't do the chat or whatever. Okay, so I just want to check with everybody and see, is there, I'd like, if you don't know, you can look within and see, or you can actually ask your pendulum and find out if we want to find out, so we want to see if your root chakra is ready to open the flow, the golden flow in your root chakra. We'll install whatever you need for that. So just see if your root chakra is ready to open the golden flow. And if it's not, we will see exactly what you need to have it be ready. And please let me know what you get. You can put it in the chat if you want, or I can go around each one of you too.
Mine's just staying still.
Oh, interesting. So maybe it's not, so maybe you need to ask a different question. So Danya is yes, good. Okay, and let me see. And oh, Angela, thank you for thinking that. We asked the pendulum we could do any work for sure, and I bet that's a great idea. So we'll come back to that. Thank you. So Kathy, your pendulum's just holding still. So to make it clearer, we can ask a more detailed question. You can ask if it's safe, appropriate, and the highest and best good to install whatever the root chakra needs to open the golden flow.
Staying still.
Okay, staying still. Let's see. Ask your pendulum, is there some other question we should be asking? That's a funny way of doing it. But.
This is so weird. It went from bouncing before to just staying still. Still
Yeah,
staying still.
yeah. Well, so it's not responding to anything I'm asking. Okay. Just for fun, I'm going to invite you to put it down. And this may sound kind of funny. I'm going to ask you to turn around, stand up and turn around 3 times and drink some water. 3 times and drink some water.
All right, let me get my water.
Okay, don't get dizzy yet. Okay. And so I heard yes, Danya is ready to install whatever she needs. I want to check also with let's check with Trudy. Well, she's getting there. So Trudy, what did you get for that? What's funny? I thought you were unmuted, but you're not. There.
I first kind of counterclockwise, weighing very heavy, and then it slowed down and it went to a yes. So.
Fantastic, good. So it was just did whatever removing was needed. Isn't that great? You don't even have to know what it is. It just will take care of it for you. Okay, very good. Thank you. So we've got 2 yeses and a yes from Alana. So Danya and Alana and Trudy are all yes. Alana and Trudy. Let's see. And Angela, did you get a yes that now you're ready? I imagine, but you can check in with that. And Kathleen, now that you've come back,
yes. Is it clear? Is my root chakra clear to be able to receive?
What we want to see if it's safe and appropriate and the highest and best good to open your root chakra to receive the golden flow now.
Doing a little yes and a little counterclockwise.
Okay, so it's not quite a yes yet. It's still removing something, it seems like, or still doing some kind of work. So what we can do is we can ask, is there's, so let me see. I mean, I guess you can just see if does it just need to have some time to finish doing whatever it's doing?
Nothing.
Okay. I'm gonna just let you hold your pendulum and continue what you're doing for a little bit. I'll come back to you. Okay. And let's see. Alana said yes. Trudy said yes. And Angela says there's something more to do. Yeah, there is something more to do, and that is to install what you want to hold in the root chakra so that's aligned with opening the golden flow. But we want to make sure everybody is a yes to that. And also, Angela brought up the important, oh, she meant for Kathleen. Oh, good, thank you. Yeah, Angela has a question you can ask the pendulum. So she was saying, is there something more to do? You can ask the pendulum that. Thank you for that.
No movement.
No movement, okay. It feels to me like it's in this very still place of just like I don't know, like holding space almost, but I know it's not quite ready to move, literally.
I know, I'm feeling like what is stuck? It was doing counterclockwise before again.
Okay. So you know what you might do at this point, Kathleen, is this may sound kind of weird, but you might actually do a little bit of writing and just start out with, I am your root chakra. and
Good idea.
see what it has to say.
Hmm.
We'll come back to you too. I'm just going to test and see if there's something we can do. Potential if we can do any work for Sharon also. I appreciate so much that Angela that you asked that. Is there some work that Sharon needs that we can do for her? I'm getting a yes. It says safe and appropriate and highest and best good for us just to remove whatever Sharon needs removed from the root chakra. I'm getting a big yes to that. Okay, once more into the breach, my friends. We're going to do one more removal. This one's for Sharon. It's a whatever might be in her way in her root chakra of being able to open it for the golden flow. So we're again going to do the pendulum in a counterclockwise circle. And this time we don't have Sharon able to communicate with us to tell us that she's telling it to go. She doesn't want it or need it anymore. But Sharon, if you can hear us, intend that. Say that where you are. Whatever there is to say, to assert your own free will choice, to be free of this obstruction, this foreign energy in your root chakra that you don't need. Very good. Our aim here is to liberate the human spirit, beginning with our root chakras. Wow. That worked pretty fast. I'm still amazed. And this is so cool because you guys may be doing some more work. My pendulum says, I'm done. And I love it. Like, you know, you've got this. And whenever your pendulum stops, that's you're out, you're done. You tap out. Very good. Great. And then to go back to Kathleen, I think I just wanted to check in with you again about that. So taking off mute, go ahead.
I asked my pendulum if I should ask for everyone's help to help me remove whatever's in there. And it did a little yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we can help you. And I just wondered, when you did a little bit of writing with I'm your root chakra, did anything come after that?
I wrote down removal.
Removal. Okay, so your root chakra does want something to be removed. Okay. Let's
It's
see.
weird that I don't know what it is, but I guess we don't have to know what it is.
You don't have to know what it is. And I'm wondering if you do need, like if there's some kind of message. I would like you to go, this may sound kind of weird. Can I actually talk to your root chakra for a moment?
Sure.
Okay. So what I'd like to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to just allow your root chakra to speak. So if you have to do anything to sort of get connected to your root chakra so it can speak, obviously it's going to use your throat and your mouth and your words because you're the one who has those organs. But we're going to ask your root chakra a couple of questions. I'd just like you to let it speak, which means if it talks, it's going to say Kathleen or Kathy, it's talking about you. When it's talking, it's just going to speak for itself, the root chakra. Okay? Okay, so I would love to speak to Kathleen's root chakra. Are you there?
Yes.
Good. I understand there's something in you that you wish to remove. Is that correct?
Yes.
Good. Can you tell us anything about what needs to be removed?
Heaviness.
Mm-hmm. Good. So this heaviness needs to be removed. Is there anything Kathleen needs to know? Is there any message that you have for her around this before we remove it?
Security, confidence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So is the if this is removed, that's what's possible? Is that what you're telling us? That security and confidence are on the other side of removing it, or not?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So it sounds like it's a good idea to remove it. Is that what you're saying? Okay,
Yes.
good. Is there any reason not to? Okay. All right, good. Thank you, root chakra. If there's anything else you wish to say at this time. Okay, good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So root chakra can just go back down inside you and your normal awareness can come back. How was that experience for you, Kathleen?
Emotional.
Emotional. What's the
Very
emotion?
Like the minute you started, and I don't know how this works, but I've seen it before, like tears just start flowing.
Yeah, there's strong emotions stored there that normally you repress. Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you for being willing to go in an area of your body you normally repress and don't want to communicate with.
I didn't realize, but yeah, I guess I do that.
Yeah. So I think that's what we need before you could actually remove it, is to become aware of how much you push away and repress there. Yeah.
And I do that. Like now that awareness is coming to me, I'm more of that take flight and
Yeah.
not
Yes.
want to deal with emotions. So I do shut
Right.
them.
Yeah. So here's the thing about that. You can continue to do that pattern. It's helped you survive so far, but there is a world of wisdom and healing that's available if you don't. Like if you actually can be present with whatever's there, you can actually do what your body's designed to do, which is to process emotions, to let them move, to let them inform you, as opposed to stuffing them down where they get things stuck. So it's only become heavy because it hasn't been allowed to move.
Wow, this is huge. Like, yeah, for me.
I'm just telling you what's coming through me for you. Yes.
Yes, I definitely need to be hearing this.
Yeah.
Right.
Good. And Angela is also saying thank you, because she said is that she tuned into her root again. She saw the old story of separation there, and thanks to Alana. So, yeah. So we're all with you on this. So it's you're not only helping yourself, you're helping all of us by noticing this, receiving this important information. That this survival pattern you've run on so long, stuffing it all down there, has a cost to your full creativity, your full flowering, your full security, your full everything that you want, the confidence and security you want. And the other side of actually noticing what's there when you don't feel that way, so you can actually then heal it and deal with it. So I think you got the message. So now all of us are going to participate one more time in supporting and helping Kathleen to remove this heaviness she's been carrying for a long time. And Kathleen is going to, I hope, take the message that removing this does not mean she won't put more heaviness there, but by the grace of God, may she notice when she does that and actually see what that is and actually learn from it, so she doesn't have to keep that pattern going. And Kathleen, you can release this. I think there's something to say to this to release it. I don't know what it is, but there's something for you to say, but to release it with love, really, because it's been trying to help you in a way, by holding all this unprocessed emotion for you. But maybe there's something you want to tell it about how you're going to be in the future, or I don't know what there is, but there's something for you to say about this to actually really let it go.
I want to say that I thought it was helping me by not feeling emotions I didn't want to feel. I didn't realize that it was hurting me to not process, to learn the lessons through those emotions instead of just not wanting to feel them.
Yeah.
I'm ready to feel them and let the suppression go and let
Oh, good.
go. I want it to go.
That just did it. At least for my pendulum, that just did it. Thank you. That's the great lesson. Yeah, that you're ready to feel your emotions. You don't have to feel them in public.
Yes, I'm finally getting it.
Oh, what was that?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Good work. Good work. Good work. Good work.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you, everybody, especially and appreciate how we take care of each other, and Angela, and watch out and don't step over anything, because that's how the good stuff happens. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Awesome. And Alana, I noticed you just helped Angela with whatever you helped her with. I'm glad you were taking care of that in the background. And Kathleen's going to drink water and take care of herself. So is everybody now ready, willing, and able? I'll let Kathleen recover first. Yes. Yeah. 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 So just see, Kathleen, if you're ready, willing, and able, or I guess it's safe and appropriate and the highest and best good to open up the golden flow root chakra now. Good. Is everybody on board? Just before we go ahead, I want to make sure we're all on the same page. And it's a little slower for some of you than others, and I appreciate that you're patient. But here's what we're going to do now. In your root chakra, what quality do you want or need to hold there that will really allow you to open up to receive all the goodness that wants to come to you? The golden flow of opportunities and insights and gifts and everything that's all the goodness that wants to come to you, that life wants to give you. What would you need to believe or to hold in your root chakra for you to allow that on the deepest level, on the base level of security? What is it you need to put in that root chakra? And it may be an emotion like, or a quality like confidence, or it may be a statement, or just maybe some kind of energy. What is it that you need to hold in your root chakra to really allow you to receive all this goodness that wants to come to you? And I can go around and ask each of you, or you can also put it in the chat. Okay, let's just see what we've got here. Fantastic. Danya says, unshakable faith. I love that. And Alana says, I am worthy. Yes. Beautiful. So each of you is going to say what it is. Lightness from Kathleen. Beautiful. Beautiful. The lightness that comes from just letting things move the way they're designed to. They come, they go. Emotions, that's the nature of emotions. Must we hold on to them? Yeah. Beautiful. So we have for Ilana and Danya and Kathleen and from Trudy, I am grounded. Yes, so good. Angela, worthiness and self-respect. Yeah. Beautiful. Is there anyone we don't have here? Let's see. Danya, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good. All right. You know how we're going to do this? We're going to do this with a clockwise motion of your pendulum. So you're going to literally install whatever it is, worthiness and self-respect. I am grounded. Lightness. I'm worthy. Unshakable faith. Whatever that is, you're going to install it in your system now. And we're going to collectively, with the clockwise motion of our pendulums, not only install for ourselves, but assist our sisters and brother when he listens later to install that which is needed, that which is rightfully yours, that you are reclaiming and realigning now. Allowing your root chakra to open like the beautiful flower it is so it can receive all the goodness, all the golden flow that life wants to give you. Just breathing and allowing that to settle in there, that beautiful quality that you have named. That beautiful belief statement, whatever it is. Knowing it as your truth. Remembering it as your truth. As you do this, you may see or sense or feel sensations or not. Just allow whatever to be there to be there. Hmm. And some of you may be done already, others are still in process. It's okay, we're holding space for you. Yeah, Dawn, yours went to yes pretty quickly, then it couldn't stop completely. I guess you're done. It wasn't hard. Yeah. I mean, really unshakable faith, Danya, has actually been available to you. You just haven't really grasped onto it and committed to it. So it's as soon as you said yes, it's like, here you go. Yeah. Okay, good. Good, 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 good. So I wonder, do I have permission from you if we're going to do more than one chakra today? I think the bottom, this is kind of like one of the biggest ones. We can do some more, but it would take us a bit longer. Are you willing, are you able to stay on for longer today? Like to maybe go as much as another hour. We take a little break now and stretch and get some water. Is there anybody who can't do that? Okay, Angela says yes. Yeah, you put in the chat, that's easy, then I know if you can do it. A quick call at noon. So that means a quick call now for you, Danya, or what time is, I don't know what time you're in. You're in Central Time, right? Okay, Kathleen. Oh, Pacific. Okay, oh, that shouldn't be any problem. Well, so my intention is to be done by then, but by the hour. Okay. If you have top up earlier, that's okay, good. So everybody can do that, yay. So I wanna give us like 2 minutes to, or let's say 3 minutes, so it's 13 after the hours to go pee, get water, stretch, whatever you need to do. We'll be back to move on. Good work.
So grateful, so grateful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, are you ready to do some more, Kathleen? Because for you, that was a very deep process. So what do you think? Because you can also listen to the recording later if you don't feel like you can do more now.
I feel exhausted, but I'm gonna move on, and I think I'll know.
Okay.
I'm gonna need a nap after.
Absolutely, yeah, because you're doing some deep processing. That was a big process for you. So just want to honor wherever you're at, and if you feel like your body, pay attention to what your body needs. If it's saying like, take a nap, take a nap.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, beautiful. So now we're going to go up to the sacral chakra, the one that's right above. I'll just remind you all just briefly, the one that is right here. It's right above the root chakra, and it's the place where here we go. It's where we process love and anger and grief, and it's also about it's basically all about feeling, like allowing yourself to feel. So actually, the reason you stuffed it down your root because you weren't allowing yourself to feel it.
Yes.
So it's just going right past that. So this also has to do with issues of sexuality and creativity, and love, anger, and grief are the primary emotions we process there. So that's just a little bit about it. That's all you really need to know, because now we're going to see what's going on there, what you need to do this. And what I'm going to add about that is whatever we get through today, the process is the same for each chakra. So if we don't get through all three, you can do this on your own, and you'll have this model of the various things that can come up along the way. But for now, let's just take a few nice deep breaths in together. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. Just take a few more slow, deep breaths at your own pace. Bringing yourself fully here, bringing yourself back into your body, bringing your awareness back into you and sort of down into this area below your belly button and right above your pubic bone, really, this area of your sacral chakra. You might even want to put your hands there to connect with it, just bringing your awareness there. And with your hands there and your awareness there, you may start to become aware of sensations or images or feelings, emotional feelings. And we're just looking for, sensing into whatever might be in the way of opening up to receive the golden flow in your sacral chakra. It may occur as darkness or cords or chains or some other kind of blockage. And if you're not sure, can't connect to it emotionally or physically or visually, you can use your pendulum. And what you're asking your pendulum, if you go that route, is there is something in my sacral chakra that needs to be removed or cleansed. You can check them separately to be clear whether it needs to be removed or cleansed. and this is in particular that needs to be removed or cleansed in order to open the flow, the golden flow in my sacral area, sacral chakra. And it's possible there's nothing in the way. You don't have to do anything. Or maybe there is. Whatever you get's perfect. Anything in the way there. And then I just want to check in. You can put it in the chat if you're getting a yes, there's something in the way, there's not. Just so I know where we are, see if we're on the same page or not. So it's a yes or no. If you're not sure, of course, you can say what you're not sure about. Okay, very good. So Lamas is remove and cleanse. Trudy is also remove and cleanse. Danya is no, fantastic for you. And Kathleen is it's removed. Great, good. So removed, is that right? So it's already done. No, it needs to be removed. I gotcha. Needs to be removed. Okay. Remove. There we go. Gotcha. I thought, oh, we're done. So Danya, you could just sit back and smoke a cigar, I guess, but or support people as they're going through this process, or if you, or you could also apply this to the next chakra up and check and see if your solar plexus chakra right above your navel, if that one is has anything that needs to be cleansed or removed. It's just like when you can sometimes skip one or maybe even a couple if you're good there. But for those of us who are not good or we have something to remove, no problem, we know what to do. Angela, remove and cleanse ancestral patterns of suppression and oppression. Great. So Angela, with looking within, is able to get some more information. But even if you don't get more information, you can tell if there's something that has to be removed. And then sometimes if your pendulum holds still, like Kathleen's did, it's kind of saying, well, wait a minute. Yes, it needs to be removed, but there's something that needs to happen first. You need to, check in. You need to pay some attention. So now, thank you, Kathleen, for demonstrating that's what that means. Okay, so the next thing I'd like you to do is your pendulum to see if it's safe and appropriate and the highest and best good to do this cleansing and removing together. Let's see if that's first of all the place. Do this safe, appropriate, and the highest and best good. Do the cleansing and removing together. Good. If anybody gets a no to that, let me know. Okay, so good. So Donna, you can apply what we're doing for the solar plexus. You're just a step ahead. Okay, good. Good. So if anybody has a no to being able to do them both together, cleansing and removing, just let me know. Otherwise, I'll ask you the next question, which is, if it's safe and appropriate and in the highest and best good to do this cleansing and removing now. Okay, good. Looks like nobody's got a no to that yet. And then the one final thing you can check and see if it's appropriate and the highest and best good and safe for you to participate in doing it for yourself and everybody else. So for you to participate, safe, appropriate, highest and best good for you to participate. Because for some of you, maybe it's best for you just to receive it. But probably for most of you, it's best to participate. Okay, good. So unless I've heard any no's, we're gonna go ahead and do it. So everybody's ready to go. So here we go. Again, the pendulum's going to swing in a counterclockwise motion because we are removing and cleansing, cleaning up whatever needs to be cleaned up in our sacral chakra, which sometimes we treat kind of like a garbage dump and dump a lot of stuff into. We have issues around sexuality or creativity. That's where we stuff them. Okay, so we're just letting that clear on out, thanking our guides and helpers for taking it over to the other side for appropriate treatment, or if it's ready to go to the light, to escort it to the light. Whatever suffering or blockages or ancestral things or whatever stuff we don't need, whatever that is, taking it over to the other side for appropriate treatment. or taking it to the light, escorting it to the light that will go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if your pendulum's swinging really hard and working really hard, you might actually make a declarative statement. Nobody can hear you, such that along the lines of, I'm really done with that. I don't need that. Thank you. Goodbye. Whatever that is for you. I command you to go. I choose to be free. Whatever. I'm loving that my pendulum is kind of like, we're out of here. You guys got this. Okay, it looks like most of us are done, if not all of us. So I'm just going to go and check in with you, just whatever you'd like to say about that experience before we see what there is to install in its place. And we're getting pretty efficient in this. So I'm going to start with you, Kathleen, from this end. So I might have to unmute yourself.
So should I just ask if it's all clear, or?
You can ask if it's all cleared if you want. Sure. Then I was just going to check in with you too and just see if how that experience was. But yeah,
It was spinning like crazy.
Yeah, your system's very happy to get rid of this stuff.
I'm getting a yes.
Okay, good. Good. So anything you want to say about that, or you're just in the process?
It just felt good. Like I was able to visually see, like, just letting things go, and like you said, to the light, and just thanking it for its use in the past, but don't need it any longer.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. All right. Going to check in with you, Alana, see if there's anything you want to say about your experience so far.
Oh, nothing much. It was very easy.
Yeah.
Surprisingly easy.
Yeah, I'm noticing that too. Yeah. Like we're so ready. In this group space, it is easy. Thank you. Danya, anything for you?
So my thing was swinging wildly for a little bit. I wasn't sure what kind of declarative statement to say because I'm not entirely, I couldn't remember what issues were connected to solar plexus. But I just said, I'm ready to remove this obstruction in my solar plexus and be free and clear of it. That's all I said.
That seemed to work pretty well.
And then it slowed down, and it slowed down, and it's kind of hung there for a little while in really small counterclockwise, and then slowly kind of went backward, and then it just stopped. So I didn't get a strong like yes, but I got like moving in that.
It's just done. Very good.
And then
Awesome.
just I asked, is it clear? And I got a small yes.
Okay, good. So it might be a little tiny bit of like time but it's totally settled, but good. Awesome. Let's see, Trudy.
So it was swinging very hard. And then when I said, I let you go to the light, I don't need you anymore. It's slowed down a lot. And also I felt like a lot of heat before in my lower abdomen part. And now that heat is kind of gone.
Good work. Good work. So actually you can sense things. What do you know?
Yeah, sensing isn't it? I think it's the imagination that.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's however you get in touch with it. Really, there's no like better or worse. We all have different senses that are. There's called clair senses, the clairs. So there's claircognizance when you just clearly know things, which I have. There's clairsentience when you clearly feel things. There's clairvoyance when you clearly see things, etc. So you clearly have the feeling one, as far as that goes. So just noticing that. Okay, great. Thank you. Let's see. Now we haven't talked to Angela. So Angela, if you take yourself off mute.
You know those little wipes that are compressed in a circle for Wizzy wipes? I think they're called.
I'm not sure I do, but you know what they are.
They're little things that are really easy to carry around, and you just put some water on them, and then they.
Oh, I've seen other things like that unfold in water. Yeah.
Like that's kind of the the impression I was feeling, I was just watching expansion here again. And it just feels like the very beginning of it. So it wasn't very intense, but it was just like, oh yes, finally. Because I've been really shut down my creativity, and so very thankful for that.
Beautiful. And you really are glowing. I mean, you really are light. It's seriously. Right, everybody? I mean, it's not my imagination. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so now that we have this open space, we're going to see what do we need to hold there, to install there, to support us and to allow us to fully receive all the goodness life wants to give us, to open ourselves up in the sacral area or the solar plexus where Danya is, to receiving the golden flow, abundance, true wealth, gifts, inspired ideas, all that goodness. So what do you need to install there? And just check it, feel into it. Is there some kind of an emotion you want to put there? There's some quality like confidence or clarity? Is there some belief statement? What needs to go there in your solar plexus to really open you up, to hold that space for you, literally? And just in case it's any help for you, I'll just share with you the chakra chart again, so you can just see the issues that you're dealing with in these particular chakras, and see that in case that has anything to do with what you might want to install there. So we're looking at the sacral chakra, or for Danya, she's looking at the solar plexus chakra. The orange one is where most of us are, the yellow one for Danya. And if that's not helpful for you, don't let yourself be distracted by that. Just check in with yourself. What do I need to hold there? What's going to make all the difference if I hold it in my sacral chakra to open me up, to receive all the goodness, the golden flow? And then when you have it, you can put it in the chat if you wish, or I can ask you, but the chat seems to be pretty efficient. I think I'm going to, I've got several in the chat here. We've got, let's see, we have self-love and permission, love it. Self-love and confidence, love and acceptance and joy. Ooh, beautiful. Unwavering confidence of purpose and self-love. Oh, Danya, I love how unwavering confidence is like just carrying right on up here. Awesome. Yeah, purpose and self-love. Beautiful. That sounds pretty darn solid. Accepting myself. Oh, truly accepting yourself. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how old you are, but this might be a first. Yeah, fantastic. Beautiful. So once everybody has what it is you're installing, that's going to really allow you to open up to all the goodness that life wants to give you, the golden flow, we are going to install it. And we're going to install it, and guess what? By doing a clockwise circle. So when you're ready, you're just going to, just keeping that quality or that statement in mind, if you let the pendulum move in a clockwise circle to install this quality in your solar plexus. Or I'm sorry, in your sacral chakra for most of us. You know where it's going. Just receive it, allow it, know it, be it. And you may sense energy or sensations in the body, or see things or feel things, or you may not. It's all just fine. And as you're doing this, you may actually start feeling it, that self-love, that joy, whatever it is, accepting yourself. Feel it's true. And some of you may be getting done, others are still in process. That's just fine. If you are done, there's some people still continuing, that's fine. If you're done, what you want to do is you want to save this by putting the left hand on top of right and touching the thumb tips together and holding your hands a couple inches, really pretty much right about where the sacral chakra is. Just right in that lower belly, close to the pubic bone, just feeling the size of your hands there. As you just sit quietly and think about the best part or the best parts of doing this process. For around 10 seconds. I'll tell you when to stop, or you can just stop when you feel like you're done. Okay, beautiful. Let's take a deep breath in together. Let's breathe in. As you breathe out, just let go of everything you don't need. Maybe you want to stretch your body. Just see what your body wants. Does it want to yawn or stretch or whatever it needs? Mm. Ah. Mm. And I'm just going to go around and check with each one of you about whatever you're thinking about is the best part or the best parts of doing this process. So Don, I'm going to go to you first because I'm seeing you first. Go ahead.
I think I felt just a kind of a lightness,
Mm.
going through this process. It's like kind of like kind of opening up.
Awesome. We're literally opening up. That's great.
Yeah, yeah. It's not like really like intense, but I just felt
Right.
kind of a yeah.
Yeah, and I'm loving it's not intense. It can be gentle and easy and feel good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Beautiful. Awesome. Angela, I'm going to you next. I see you next. You have to unmute yourself, I think.
I had a little bit of fear in the beginning.
Mm.
Just, I think it was that I wasn't going to trust this.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually because it just feels like most of my life has been affected.
Yeah.
But the whole lineage, I just kind of said hello to that and as a group, and said we're doing this together.
Yeah, so it can benefit them too. Yeah. Yeah, beautiful.
So then it just all calmed down and yeah, just felt kind of pink and light blue.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Thanks.
And Thank you for that. And I love that you know, the lineage was coming, I think, from the fear, like, we're going to lose you, you know, if you're free of this. But you said, no, 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 you come too. We're all doing this. That was beautiful. Thank you for sharing. All right, Kathleen, you are up next.
I felt like I saw like a container just being filled with self-love and self-acceptance, acceptance of others, kind of acceptance of what is.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, beautiful,
Thank you.
beautiful work. Thank you. You're welcome. Awesome. Trudy, you are up next. So you might have to unmute yourself.
I felt just relaxed, right? Very calming.
Good.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. And let's see, Alana, I don't think I talked to you. Go ahead.
So I felt again lightness in the beginning, and by the end, I felt a lot of joy.
Yeah, beautiful. I love that that's the joy of freedom and release and remembering who you are on every level. Beautiful. Oh, so good, so good, so good. So what I'm going to do is I think we actually could, because we're getting more and more expeditious, I think we could do the next chakra up, but I'm not sure, so I have time to do that because I want to make sure that Danya needs to get out of here in about 10 minutes. So I'd like you to use your pendulum to see if it's safe and appropriate and the highest and best good to do the next chakra in the next 10 minutes. And if it's not, that's okay. And do the same process with the next chakra. Danya got yes. So Danya's like, we're cooking, let's just do it. But you all are wherever you are. You don't have to be in the same timetable. Yeah, so Lana's is also a yes to that. Angela's a yes also. Trudy, you're a yes too? Awesome. Okay, and let's see, and Kathleen, and you're a yes too? Awesome, we're just ready to go. All right, next one up. So for everybody except for Danya, that's going to be your solar plexus. And just to remind you again, solar plexus chakra is right here. It's basically where the yellow circle is. It's right above your belly button. It's in that, you know, right, it's the place where if you get hit really hard, then the breath gets knocked out of you. Which hopefully has not happened to you, and it's where we hold, we have to deal with issues of power and purpose and shame so that we can act, so that we can exert our will to create change. So that's what this is about. And you know the drill. We're going to, again, look at that area of our body, connect our hands to the solar plexus. Danya, you're just going up to the heart because you're ready for that one. And you're just going to see, sense, feel into it. Is there any blockages here? Just for a few moments. And then we're going to use our chakra, our pendulum to confirm. What's going on there in my solar plexus? Is there anything in the way of me opening up to the golden flow of abundance, wealth, opportunities, inspired, prosperous ideas? Goodness. Yeah, so Danya, yours is heart next. And then you're opening up to that. And then once you've just connected it a little bit, you may have some ideas or information. If you don't, no problem. We have our trusty friend, the pendulum. So you're going to ask the pendulum if there is something that needs to be cleansed and removed from this next area, the solar plexus for most of us, or the heart for Danya. If anybody has any questions about this, you can feel free to ask them in the chat or just take yourself off mute. But we're checking now for the solar plexus for most of us to see if it's there is something that needs to be cleansed or removed in this area. Okay, Trudy got a yes to that. Danya's getting a yes also. Yeah. Okay, Angela says, cleanse, remove those pesky cords of disempowerment. Yes. And Kathleen says, not allowing the power of the light within to guide me and sitting in and trusting on that. Oh, so she got a lot of clarity. Whoa, baby, good for you. Okay. And Alanya, go ahead. Was there something you wanted to say? Ilana?
No, no, no,
Oh,
no.
okay, I got you. I somehow thought there was. So were you getting a yes that there's something to
Yes, I
remove?
think
There's something. Okay. All right. So we are now going to remove it. Thank you. Just want to make sure we're all on the same page. So collectively and together, we're going to use our pendulums in a counterclockwise motion to remove and to cleanse whatever's in the way. So if you have cords of disempowerment, you can see what happens to them as you do this process. If you see something else that's in the way, just see what happens. If you don't see anything, just feel the change. Hmm. Mm-hmm. And again, there may be something for you to say to this part of you, to whatever's in the way there, to really help it just clear out you know, I don't need you anymore, or I choose to be free, or, you know, I command you to go, whatever's the appropriate thing to do, or I cut the cords, just whatever. If there's something to say, go ahead and say it to assist this process by exerting your free will power to choose and to command. Awesome. So some of you are finished, some of you are finishing up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around quickly and check in with each of you about whatever you noticed or thought about for this, if you wish. Just to give some, if you don't have anything to say, you don't have to. I just want to make sure that people who need to express something get to. So Alana, I'm going to check in with you first. Is there anything you want to say about this? Are you good?
unmute myself. I think I'm good.
Okay, thank you. All right, I'll go on to Danya then. Danya, is there anything for you to say? I think you have to unmute yourself. There you
Okay.
go.
I had some pretty wild swinging, which surprised me. And
You
then
could be surprised by it.
my arm got tired. I think I need a shorter pendulum, like a shorter
Oh, you know what you can do? You can
hold
shorten
it
it.
in the
You
middle,
can, you can just hold it like that.
like
You can just
that.
hold it in the middle and let the rest hang over. That's what I do.
Okay.
And you can
Yeah,
also, yeah,
because I
and you can,
was holding it up and my
oh yes, I'm sorry I didn't tell you that earlier. Yes, you can
I
shorten the pendulum chain by holding it in the middle or wherever it's
I
comfortable. Yeah.
I had to switch arms, and then it started to kind of slow down, and it took a while, but it
Uh-huh.
finally did. And I basically made a couple of I had made more than one declaration, but it was just like I just want to remove the residual energy of any old wounds that I've been storing in
Mm,
my heart and send them to the light to transmute.
beautiful, beautiful. Good.
And
So
I
you knew what?
needed a shorter version of that because I felt like
Good.
it was still going, even though it was going like a little bit, it
Yeah.
was still going, and I was like, okay.
Yeah. Well, that's really great to notice is that when it's still sort of hanging around, there's often just, it needs something like you have to really assert that this is what you want and be really clear about that. And your system's like,
Yeah.
got it. Okay. Thank
Got
you.
it.
Awesome. Okay, Trudy, you're next.
I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Angela, you have to take yourself off. Yeah.
Interesting. Those chords dissolved, like the smaller chords dissolved right away. But then I noticed on my left side, my mother, and my right side, my father.
Mm-hmm.
And they weren't small chords.
No, of course not.
I lovingly took my sword of power and severed those and sent them with love back, you know, to each, my mother and father.
Mm-hmm.
And also noticed the tension between them, which there always was, and I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
And so I just then, I didn't think to do it. I just kind of saw a figure 8 kind
Yeah.
of
Ooh,
just
powerful.
softening everything and unifying it all
Beautiful.
within me. So
Beautiful,
good.
beautiful, beautiful.
Oh,
Well
it was
done.
good. It was
Oh,
very
so good. So good. Yes.
yeah, I feel a big relief.
Very good. I think I asked everybody, right? So just to keep our attention to get this done in the minute times, efficient clearing of old stuff, we're now going to install. What do you need to hold in this place you've just opened? That is the solar plexus for most of us, or the heart for Danya. What do you need to hold there? What quality? What belief statement? What emotion? What's going to really support you moving forward? To keep being open to allow and receive all the goodness, the golden flow that wants to come to you. And when you have it, you can put it in the chat so I know you have it. I love it. For Danya, it's safe to be open and vulnerable. I am loved. Danya, I totally get that's a big deal for you. Yeah. Oh, I love that for you. Okay, Lana's unshakable faith in my purpose. Yes, my friend, your purpose is going to take you everywhere you need to go. And Trudy, feeling happy. What a concept. I love it. Oh, you guys move me. You're so awesome. And Angela, is there something you want to say? Oh, you're typing it in. Okay, gotcha. Power and light within. Yeah, it's about time, girlfriend. Oh, that's Kathleen. It's the power and light within. That's exactly what I mean. Because the will was keeping you from actually allowing that. You understand that your internal will is like, no, 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 no. I don't want to be too weird. I don't want to be whatever. Stay out of here. Yeah. Angela, I now allow the full embodiment of my power. Look out, world. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, it's such a joy to install all this with you. So clockwise circle. Oh, so good, so good. You're reclaiming your power and your truth and your vulnerability and so many good and important things. Your happiness, unshakable faith in your power, whatever it is. This is so precisely what not only what you need, but the world needs you to be and to do. And some of you may be finished, some of you may still be in process. It's all good. And I know Danya has to hop off, so I'm gonna actually, if you're done, Danya, I just want to hop quickly on with you and just check in with you because I know you have to leave in a moment.
Okay.
So, anything you want to say about your experience?
So I had, it wasn't a very strong, you know, pull. It was pretty light. And then I had a weird kind of like, yes, but it wasn't like a straight forward and backward. It was kind of a little bit on an angle.
I've seen that before. I don't know what that means.
I don't
That's
either.
grasp, yeah.
And so I kept checking in. I was like, am I complete? Am I complete? And it was very, very like slow. And then finally it kind of was like a yes. And then it stopped. So it
Okay.
was weird. It was a little weird.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
was afraid, like when I was doing the clockwise, every time I closed my eyes, somehow I was imagining it going the other direction. I don't know why I was thinking that, you know, like, oh God, I had to open my eyes to check. Oh no, it's
Yeah.
still going
Yeah.
clockwise.
I think you don't quite trust it. You're kind of still a little bit like wonder, like, what is this?
Yeah, there's probably a little bit of that going on.
Yeah. So your mind is like, but, oh, it's still working. Huh. Okay. Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
working.
Yeah. Well, this is your mind is starting to realize there's more in life than it knows and can conceive
Yeah,
of.
not realize.
Yes, very good. It's really important to save and celebrate and take inspired action. If you don't have time right now, the saving is the process we've been doing, left hand on top of right, thumb tip
Oh,
touching. This is going to be in this module. You'll see the save, celebrate, inspired action. And basically, after we do every kind of an alignment, I want you to do that because that is how you don't have to do it again. You can really have it be a permanent shift. So you just, though you save it, you just sit for 10 seconds and just think about whatever the best part or parts were. We can all do that for right now, and I'll go around checking with everybody else too. So your left hand is on top of the right, both palms are up, thumb tips are touching, hands are in the lower belly, even though you're working on the solar plexus, that's where they go, the lower belly. You just sit up nice and tall, your shoulders just drop down, the breath flow in and out, thinking about the best part of this process for this chakra for about 10 seconds, for the best parts. Good. I'm going to take a nice deep breath in. And you let go of the breath, let go of everything. Ah. Oh. And Danya, do you want to say anything about what the best parts were? Because I know you have to hop off, or do you have to hop off?
same as before. Just that feeling of lightness and opening, just especially up in the upper torso. Now it's still not all there because we're stopping there, right? But I guess
Right, exactly. Yeah, no, but you can feel things are starting to move above it too.
yeah, opening up from the bottom up, kind of.
Yep, exactly what we're doing. You got it. Because that's safe, because sometimes people go from the top down, but they're not ready at the bottom layers and you sort of bypass chakras and stuff. So we're building it on a solid base.
Yeah.
Good. So you want to see what your celebration is to do, which is whatever you feel inspired to do to celebrate these powerful shifts you created for yourself today. You don't have to do it now. You can do it later. And this is for everybody. And you also want to see what is your inspired action? What can you do that will show yourself like, holy smokes, things have changed. There's, yeah. So that's a question you can just hold right now, but that's going to be the 2 steps I'm going to ask you to do to complete this.
Okay.
So Danya, I know you have to go. It's actually on the hour right now.
Yeah.
So I don't want you to miss it. Thank you for being here.
You.
You too. Goodbye for now, and we'll see each other next week to complete this powerful process.
Cool.
Awesome. Thank you. Goodbye. Goodbye, Danya. Everybody else stay on because we're not quite done yet. We're just going to take a minute to check in and see and save and celebrate. So Don, you see how you got it? Yeah. So I'm going to go around. Let's see what's the order I see it. Trudy, I'm going to go to you first for you to say whatever you want to say about what were you thinking about when you thought about the best part or parts of the process for you.
I just felt very peaceful,
Mm,
like a quietness inside me.
beautiful. Yeah, that's pretty different than how you have often felt, right?
Right.
Yeah, so that's good. Awesome. Beautiful. Good. Thank you for sharing that. And I'm going to go, let's see, next is Angela. So Angela, what would you like to say? And what was the best part or parts or whatever you'd like to say?
And the only thing I can remember It's like
You were in the moment, yes.
it's gone.
Mhm.
But as a sense that everything below the sacral and the root, it's all just now working together.
Beautifully. That's the intention. Woohoo. It's all in harmony and open and receiving and moving and doing what it's supposed to do. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for confirming that the intention is being fulfilled. Ilona, you are next. If you want to take yourself off mute.
So it was a very wide swing, very intense,
Mm.
and a beautiful feeling that I'm connecting to my purpose.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. You are a very purpose-driven person, and I'm so happy that you are learning unshakable faith in it, because it actually is going to grow you and develop you and take you wherever you need to go in life. It is the key to your abundance.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Kathleen, and you know, Kathleen, I've never asked you if you prefer Kathy or Kathleen. I just realized it's almost time that we're almost ending. I should ask you that.
I just changed my website over to Kathy, because really I go by Kathy, but whenever I write my formal name, I write Kathleen. But
Okay.
yeah, so Kathy.
Gotcha. Well, allow me to apologize for addressing you as Kathleen.
No, that's me. That's what I put on everything. But now I'm starting to switch it over.
Gotcha. So for you, what were the best part or parts, or what would you like to say?
I just kept feeling oneness with God, oneness with all. And then, like, how could I doubt my power if I'm one with God and one with all? It was beautiful. Yeah.
Fantastic. Oh, I love that higher truth just coming in so strong. You're like, how can I doubt that? Yeah, fantastic. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Let's see, who haven't we talked to yet? We haven't talked to, I'm sorry, I've asked you all so many times. Whoever I haven't talked to yet, please take yourself off mute. If I talked to everybody? I guess I have, because Danya's already left. Awesome. So now that we have saved it, the other two things to do is to celebrate. So celebration is something we just often will do in the moment that just tells our system, like, wow, I just seriously made some shifts. So it could be a quiet, prayerful moment. It could be a happy dance. It could be, I'm going to go outside and go, wow! I mean, it's whatever feels like the appropriate thing for you to do. So just check in with yourself and see what's the appropriate way to celebrate these shifts I've created for myself and that I've saved, so that they are now part of my system. And it doesn't have to take a lot of complicated thought. It's whatever you feel inspired to do to celebrate. And again, it can be a very quiet inward thing, or it could be a more exuberant outward thing, or it could be something nice that you're going to do for yourself later to celebrate these shifts. And celebrating is important, because that's how we tell our system, yeah, I just created another powerful shift. I totally rock. I totally have the power to change myself anytime I want.
Can I
Yeah,
share something? I don't know whether to share
please.
this.
Let's go for it.
I kept feeling like there's a part of you that does want to talk to Pamela. It's been like hitting me, and I keep trying to think, okay, I don't know what this is, but I just needed to ask. Because it was so beautiful when everyone held that space for me, and I loved being able to do that for Angela last week. And I felt like, I know it's long, but if you felt like you needed it, if people had time, I mean, I don't know what I'm really talking about.
I love that you're speaking from that place of guidance, Kathleen, and Kathy, and and whether Alana wants to receive it or not, I really appreciate you courageously just spoke your truth and say what that. So
Thank you. I wasn't sure whether to say.
yeah, well, thank you for, that's the power and light within you and Alana can respond however she wishes, but you get to say what was true for you, that you were getting. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Kathy. Yeah, I do want to talk to you, Pamela.
Awesome. I would love to talk to you. So
Wow, I was feeling that strongly. Woo!
so this is confirmation that when you're connected to your light and your power, Kathy, you absolutely know things, and you should honor that and pay attention to that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Alana, what would you like to say?
So my question for you, how can I check, basically, my basic question is, how can I speak to my tribe, people out there, from my heart to their heart?
How do you think you can do that?
ask, I don't know, ask questions or
Well,
go
speaking
in
from
the
your heart to their heart. So,
quiet place.
oh, you're saying like a technique to do it? Is that what you're asking
Yeah,
for?
yeah, yes, yes.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. So I
Just
can get,
before, for example, I do my Facebook Live before just go in the quiet place and
mhm. Yeah. Well, so basically the way you speak from your heart, like do you experience me speaking from my heart to your heart? Is that,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
okay, good. So all I'm doing, my dear, is I'm letting what comes out of my mouth come from a deeper place in my mind most of the time. I actually
Mhm,
used to do it all the time, but it doesn't always happen. But it's I am kind of speaking from my heart. I'm speaking from this, I hold you all in my heart. I really do. And that I hold space for you in my heart. And when I'm speaking to you, I'm allowing what is needed to come out. Like I'm not
mhm.
thinking about what should I say? Do I look good? Whatever. I certainly used to do those things. I'm not saying
Yeah.
I didn't, but I
Oh,
don't anymore. I'm showing up saying, I'm like present with you. I'm like, what do you need? And I'm allowing that to come forth. And you absolutely have that capacity too. You have studied enough, you know enough, you have so much wisdom and depth to what you provide. You don't have to, like almost anything you say could be helpful, really. I mean,
mm,
so your job is just to say what's in your heart to say.
yeah. Okay.
That's how it connects with people's hearts. Whatever you say from your heart is felt in the heart of those who need to hear it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. Mhm.
yeah. And oh, Kathy has a question. How is that little girl in you doing?
A little girl in me, she's feeling happy, but she still needs a lot of my attention.
Yeah,
She
and
still needs a lot of healing.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, so I know I remember for myself going through this period with my little girl, I'm like, all right, already, how long is this going to take? I have to pay attention to you and help you out. Um, but it takes the time it takes, and whatever amount of time and love you can give to her, the benefits are just exponential. So even though we're busy and we kind of want to just move on, and basically, there's still little tiny bits of her left in me too. Like the oldest pattern in me shows up with my sweetheart, so he's really great at helping me see that and break through it. But we're not really free of the ego until we really have loved the ego thoroughly and accepted all of it, and no longer try to destroy it or repress it or be ashamed of it. So yeah, so yeah, if you just speak from your heart, Alana, you absolutely will touch anybody who needs to hear you. You don't, whether it's being vulnerable, whether it's speaking from your wisdom, whatever it is, if it's just from your heart, they can't fail to feel it.
Okay. Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Great question. Um, just being present, I don't know who's next. Just take yourself off mute. I just want to hear from each one of you before we go today. Thanks, Angela. Taking yourself off mute.
Feeling very peaceful, calm, and that edge that always doesn't want to trust is just fading.
Yeah, I
Just
think this is
feeling.
your celebration, just experiencing this.
It feels more of an inward celebration.
Very good. Well, that's where it belongs.
Just
Yeah.
finding some space outside today in the sun.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you for sharing
Thank
that.
you.
Yes. Did I talk to everybody? Yeah, because Danya's not here anymore. Okay, and then the final thing is the inspired action, which you may know now or you may not. And sometimes the inspired action is just to notice over the next week or so that, wow, things are different. But whatever that means, people respond to you differently, or things look different to you, or you just have new ideas or whatever. Or there might be a particular inspired action that comes to mind. If there isn't, it's usually just to notice how things are different over the next week. And if you have not completed your burn ceremony or finished cutting your cords of disempowerment, I strongly encourage you this week to do that, because we have 2 more classes and I would love you to be complete at the end. And we can also talk in that last class about what there might be going forward, but I want you to be complete with this process. And Angela says, to noticing and acting what I notice. Yeah, that would be a very, very important thing to do, a very beautiful thing to do. Good. So you're each going to do whatever is appropriate way for you to celebrate and take whatever action is inspired for you to take. We've been on here for a long time. I just want to thank you very much for participating so fully and beautifully with your hearts open and really doing such beautiful work. Honor you, honor you, honor you for being here and for doing all of that and for making such an awesome container for each other too. So thank you for now and goodbye. And I'll send this recording out and I look forward to hearing in the Facebook group your inspired actions. All right, goodbye. Love you.